Game number 2 currently underway. Spawning here in the top left corner of the map. He won game number 1, and it was a pretty hard-fought battle. My Insanity's Blue Zerg player, Sacsri.
In the bottom right, as the Green Terran, it's uThermal.
And I gotta give a shout out for this. We've had so much wild and crazy success on our Kickstarter. The Dutch StarCraft League also has a Kickstarter open, guys. We've got about 11 days left on it. I'm not sure if this is of interest to you or not, but uThermal, of course, I think was the previous champion of the Dutch StarCraft League. Lots of good players tend to participate in that. Rhett, Hearthstone, uThermal, and others just come to mind immediately. So I believe their Kickstarter is on the front page of the StarCraft Reddit right now if you want to check that out. But uThermal is a pretty cool dude. Unfortunately, well, he didn't win that first game. Again, really well played by him.
Yeah, I thought that was going well until, the little base trade thing happened. I mean, I don't like Hellbat compositions. I'm just gonna say it right now. I don't think they really work out. Even though Fantasy did it well, I think in GSL even last night. I think they should be rare and like once in a while type of thing, because otherwise Zergs are too good against them right now. And that's what uThermal was going to, so maybe he loses that game anyways. But that really tripped him up, and he was kind of on the back foot from there the entire time, and then just kept that losing supply and letting the mutas get out of control. And once the mutas get to like 30 count, you probably already lost the game. As sad as that is to consider.
Yeah, it's pretty hard to bring that back once it hits that point. But for this one, like, okay, let's assume this is that typical. We're gonna take like analysis away for a second. Just be like, look, it's foreigner versus Korean. Foreigner never wins. Sacsri is a pretty darn good player. But what I like out of Sacsri, and this is kind of a big thing for Europe too, and what's been brought up a lot of the talk shows about region locking and all this, is Sacsri actually spent a considerably large amount of time in the My Insanity house, playing the European ladder, playing amongst the Europeans, playing at LANs over there as well. And I'm pretty sure uThermal had ample practice against him in the past, opposed to something where like maybe you're Joe Schmo in the NA ladder, you never really had a chance to play against Pult. Boom, you face him in WCS. Like, what do? You got no chance. But what's interesting is like that if there was a series where you've got Korean versus foreigner, this is one where, hey, this one's actually not too bad.
Yeah.
But this is gonna be problems, is what this is gonna be.
It's not that big of a problem if you got the ace supply to go down. So just kidding.
Well. You pull a couple SCVs, you got the one Marine, it's more than but it still disrupts mining, it's still gonna possibly put you on tilts.
This should have been something that was easy to deal with, because actually what Sacsri I think was hoping to do was to catch him going from their gasless expand. So if they go gasless, they don't have a Reaper that is easy peasy, deals with slow links, no problem. And the Reaper just deals with everything there. If they go for the like 17 CC, is it? I forget, but if they go for the gases expand and they only have Marines, you hit there at a time where the command center isn't done, can't be lifted, you get the SCV, and then maybe even get the 1 or 2 Marines that are popped out from that expand build. But as it was, the command center was done, didn't have to worry about it being canceled or, the SCV dying. He could have still had the guy on top and built the supply depot and been even, further protected. He got something from it, but I don't think it's what Sacsri really wanted.
Apparently, WCS Season 2 tickets are on sale.
Oh, we should buy those.
Yeah, just letting you guys know that camera work's going to be auto-following the Reaper for a second while I quickly go reserve Reno some of these. Because, of course, Zombrgub and I are going to go to the WCS Season 2 finals in Toronto. And while we're there, we plan to check out the venue of the event we want to look at for our live events. Because of course, once again, we don't want to promise anything we can't deliver. And if we go to the event, it has to be awesome. We don't want to step into a really ugly room that has no internet and was just like a pretty picture. You know what I mean? But okay, so the Reaper does get over here to be a bit annoying. Queen off of creep, trying to chase it down. Drone not going to get denied another time. But, the kind of interesting for uThermal was seeing the response to this, right? Like, realizing, hey, he just sent 6 lings over early. That's a pretty big dedication. Well, not an all-in, something he could possibly have done a bit of damage with that Reaper for. It's really sad, because if he had gone for the Reaper opener, he would have, A, cleaned up the lings much sooner, but secondly, perhaps actually gotten some more kills out of it. But either way, it was a good thought process. Ooh, gets that tumor just barely.
Well, we got a lot of lings on the way in a Baneling nest, but I think it's just in case uThermal is going to do for going for a Hellbat build. You know, the Overlord hasn't gotten in there yet since the Lings got in there. It's in position to, but Sacsri's not gonna use it. And there is a third CC, and there's engineering base on the way. It's not gonna be a Hellbat attack. He didn't have to get the Bailey Nest as fast as he did here. But he's not stopping producing Lings, so maybe it is going to be an all-in. This third is now what you could really just call a fake, basically. Now, seeing that many Lings on this side of the map, maybe he was just trying to catch me off guard. I can't really see anything to, really get from that. That doesn't tell him, oh, it's an all-in automatically. And that's kind of the strength behind this type of all-in. You see a third, you think macro. You see a big amount of Lings, oh, he was scared of my Hellions. Like, there's not much else you can see that tell you it's an all-in unless you see 40+ Lings and Banelings being morphed. Then you know.
Yeah, what's kind of interesting is like he did split them up into 2 to 3 groups, right? So it was, even if you saw the Lings, you're like, okay, this has been a map control. It's not too dedicated, but gosh, this is huge dedication. He gets surrounded. The Hellions try to escape.
Ooh, that's probably it. He just has no production. Yeah, there you go.
Really unfortunate, but for Sacsri, really good. Congratulations to him. Takes the series with a 2-0.